Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am going to be talking about the ways that we currently save money, and hopefully you'll get some tips to help you as well. I think when people start a saving journey they want to go and save hundreds of pounds in one go. However, what I have realised is the little small amounts that you spend out regularly throughout the month that you don't notice add up to quite a lot. Sean and I looked at the areas where we spend a fair bit of money, and typically that does tend to be the children or food. So we've adapted our lifestyles to try and save even those few pennies. You may think some of these tips might not apply to you, however you just need to look at your lifestyle and see where you're regularly spending money, even if it's just a few pounds, and try and pull that back in. I promise you it will add up over the year. Anyway, let's get on with the video. Now my first tip is to do fakeaways. Now if you watched my first ever video about the reasons we are doing a no buy year, you'll know that Sean and I estimated we spent about £1,200 on takeaways. That includes takeaway coffee, Starbucks, drive-through meals as well, in the first 6 months. Now when Sean and I order a takeaway we tend to spend between £30 to £35. Sometimes if we're going all out and we're really hungry, close towards that £40. Now I came across a recipe for one of my favourite Chinese dishes, which is beef in black peppercorn sauce. When I totaled up all of the ingredients, brand new, it was about £15. The dish was amazing, and that is how I fell in love with doing fakeaway meals. When I added up the amount that I'd spent on ingredients for that takeaway, bear in mind I've not even used them all up, and they've done about 4 or 5 goes on that. The amount that we're saving is huge. Once a month I will work it into our weekly food budget. I will put in the fakeaway ingredients if I don't already have them at home. And usually it's just the meat that I need to buy and the side of prawn crackers, which are £1 in Asda, 73p in Aldi, and that has saved us so much money. Another way that we save money is using cloth nappies. Now I know some people are like, oh, cloth nappies, not keen. I was a bit like that before I had my first, and then I did some research, and the cleaning routine that you use, there's really nothing gross about it. With disposables, especially if you're breastfeeding, nappies explode, they're messy, they get everywhere. I have found that cloth nappies contain those kind of explosions so well. And when I got hold of my first ever one, which was gifted to me, it was this pattern from Bambino Mio. This just brings me joy. Seeing these on my shelf, seeing the colours, they're so cute. We thought we'd give them a go when I had my second, and then I went full time with cloth when I had Ela, and they have saved us so much money. For a pack of Pampers for about 24 nappies or something around that mark, usually about £6 to £8, and if you think how many nappies a newborn baby goes through or how often they have those explosions, these are ideal. I love them. Now, when it comes to saving money, these nappies go for about £15. If you're going to do cloth full time, there can be an expensive investment in the beginning. One of the ways around that is by buying these second hand. Now I know a few people will be like, second hand cloth nappies. I get that. But cloth parents have such an incredible strip and sanitised routine. The amount of people who probably have never cleaned the upholstery on their sofas or done a strip wash on their bathroom towels, cloth mums know it. A lot of these, in fact this one was second hand because I can't find this print new. I got 2 of these from the same woman and they turned up and they were incredible. Now there are a few tips I have for buying nappies second hand, which I can do a video on, but if you know what you're doing, you can. I got most of my nappies second hand. They were in incredible condition. It saved us a lot of money and it continues to do so. Earlier in the video I said that when Sean and I looked at the areas we spend a lot of money on, obviously the kids came up. These clothes aren't massively expensive, but if you think about the growth spurts they go through, with my older 2 it felt like I would buy them a new wardrobe and within a couple of months I'd have to do it again. When it comes to newborn babies though, they're not in those clothes for very long. You need a good 10 or 11 outfits, especially if you have a sicky baby. Now one of the ways that we saved money when we were pregnant with Ela is we bought her baby clothes second hand on Facebook Marketplace. Babies don't wear those clothes for very long, so they usually have really good condition when you're reselling them on. We came across a lady who was selling a few bags, bundles between newborn and a couple of months up for £30. We picked them up and we were amazed. When we got home we opened everything. The amount of clothes in these massive, they're those massive vacuum pack bags that you get stuffed full of clothes. First of all, the quality of them was amazing. I just kept getting out outfits and being like, oh my god, look at this, and laying them all out. We have not had to buy Ela any clothes since she's been born. We had that bundle for £30 and we have clothes for her up until she's a year old. And when she's a year old, she'll either wear clothes that her sisters have outgrown, I'll pick up a few extra bits on Marketplace. And again, if you look at your local selling sites, you can put a post up asking if anyone is selling bundles of clothing between whatever age you need. And also, my 2 older girls are either at nursery at school 5 days a week. Any nice clothes I have ever purchased for them come back absolutely ruined. I don't know what it is, but I don't think they make kids wear aprons in school anymore. I remember when I was at school, I had to wear an apron before I was even allowed to touch a paintbrush. The amount of gunk on my kids' clothes after a day at nursery is unreal. I'm not spending that money on their clothes that they're going to ruin. My final tip for how we save money is to do it yourself. And what I mean by that is if you have things around the house that you might usually pay a handyman for, or you might just leave and just carry on with, learn to do it yourself. A few things around the house we have done when we've been trying to move furniture. We've chipped a few walls. I spent a couple of hours in the evening just looking at the best way to fix it, the YouTube tutorials, looking on some online forums, and I've managed to do that myself. If you're renting, this is a good way to save money in the long run. What you don't want to do is just before you're about to move out is have a panic rush trying to fix these little things around the house that you've left, and you'll get your deposit back. That's all from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you thought these tips were useful, please hit the like button, and if you want to see more content like this, I release videos on my no buy year, budgeting and saving on a Sunday, and some lifestyle vlogs in the middle of the week. Hit the subscribe button. Thanks, guys.